Hey, good morning. Today I continue reading the book of Romans after I read Jeremiah and the book of Proverbs. I read Romans chapter 4, and I believe this is such an important truth that all of us should pay attention to. Chapter 4 starts like this, verse 1. What then shall we say that Abraham our father has found according to the flesh? For if Abraham was justified by works, he has something to boast about, but not before God. For what does the scripture say? Abraham believed God, and it was accounted to him for righteousness. Now to him who works, the wages are not counted as grace, but as debt. But to him who does not work, but believes on him who justifies the ungodly, his faith is accounted for righteousness. Just as David also describes the blessedness of the man to whom God imputes righteousness apart from works. Blessed are those whose lawless deeds are forgiven and whose sins are covered. Blessed is the man to whom the Lord shall not impute sin. For the believer in Jesus Christ today, there are two very important things that simply will blow your mind if you have never heard of it. One, sin is not imputed to you. Two, righteousness is imputed to you. Imputed and accounted, they are like an accounting term. Means it is set into your account. Let's think about it this way. Say I owe someone a huge sum of money which I cannot pay. Say I owe $1 million. And along comes this person who went to my debtor who said, okay, how much does Jimmy owe? He said $1 million. This person takes out $10 million and pays off the debt. He even exceeds what I owe. And on top of that, he takes out $1 billion and put it into my account. This is what it means. No longer has my account any more sin in it. There's no negative in my account because it's been paid off. Also, I have been imputed righteousness. The Lord set into my account righteousness. That means there's now a positive balance in my account. How is this possible? Because Jesus is the one who stood in my place to pay off my debt, although I'm undeserving. And every time I fall, the Lord takes that and puts it on the cross and washes me clean once again. That's grace. That's why I can never boast in my own righteousness, because I never had any. I could not pay off the debt. But whatever righteousness I have is an imputed righteousness, something that was given to me by grace, simply for believing in Jesus Christ and what He did on the cross. If you are not a believer in Jesus Christ, this should blow your mind, because no other religion or belief system comes even close to this. You might say it's very unfair. Yes, it is totally unfair. Very unfair that Jesus Christ, who has no sin, went to the cross and died for sinners like me. Totally unfair for Him, and because of that, He imputes that unfairness for me. He gave me His righteousness. In exchange, He went to the cross to die for me. This means that from now on, I never have to work to become righteous, never have to work to be reconciled to God, never have to work my way to God, but that God imputes this righteousness to me. What does that make me want to do? It makes me want to live for Him. It makes me want to share this good news with everyone, to say that, hey, you can put down your striving, you can stop trying now, because someone has already cleared your debt. And he's ready to impute his righteousness to you. Why do you still strive for something which you cannot attain, when someone is offering to give it to you for free? It goes on to say in Romans chapter 4, verse 16, therefore it is of faith that it might be according to grace, so that the promise might be sure to all the seed, not only to those who are of the law, but also to those who are of the faith of Abraham, who is the father of us all, as it is written, I have made you a father of many nations, in the presence of him whom he believed, God who gives life to the dead and calls those things which do not exist as though they did. This is the assurance that the scripture says, that this blessing from Father Abraham is not only to the Jews but also to the Gentiles, because at the time when he received the promise, when it was accounted to him for righteousness, he was not even circumcised yet. And through Abraham, through the seed of Abraham, who is Jesus Christ, the entire world will be saved. This is what it means, that he will bless all the nations through Abraham. Today I was also reading this book which I just bought, where God came down, by this archaeologist Joel Kramer. And the first chapter talks about Mamre. Mamre is the place at Hebron that the Lord appeared to Abraham to give him this promise. Mamre is a place that you can visit today in Israel. And the place, the archaeology, the things that they found there confirms and agrees with what is written in the scripture. Therefore, we have the scripture, we have the archaeology proof. We have what we have today. You see billions of Christians today blessed through this promise. And you can go back 4,000 years and understand where it came from, where the promise was given. And it is confirmed through a physical location in Mamre, and what we have today. God is real.